Welcome everyone. As you all know, the PS5 reveal was a few days ago at the time of this upload, and I'm a little late to it, but it's looking pretty hype from what I've seen so far. And this is basically just a podcast for Austin and I to discuss our thoughts.
Woo!
Woo!
So I have already seen this because I watched it live. But we're going to be doing kind of a sort of like a post discussion kind of thing as we kind of go through each of the trailers and kind of give our thoughts and impressions on them.
So, I'll be giving timestamps in the description for if you want to hear us talk about one thing,
Yeah, certain things and what. Okay. Is you ready?
Yep.
All
right. So GTA 5. As someone who got a lot of playtime out of the PS4 version back in like 2015, close to when it came out. This is looking pretty good. Hopefully they have raised the performance to, be locked 60 frames per second, because
I would imagine so, with it being enhanced for PS5. I would say that, yeah, the 60 frames is probably a high priority. Because there's only so much they can really do. I think it's going to be probably about PC standards for, like the PC version of the game, basically, is the kind of performance you should be seeing.
Yeah, and then to jump the gun a bit, something I had read about previously, because I've read about the system features, just haven't seen any of the game trailers yet. I believe there's going to be compatibility with like 120 hertz monitors and TVs.
Yeah, there's going to be
and 8K.
Yeah, there's some weird things about the system capabilities. But we can leave that for later.
Yeah.
As far as GTA 5, I actually only own the 360 copy. I know.
The one that doesn't even have first person mode.
It does not.
Or online.
I never finished the story. Played a fair more chunk online. Which I probably will play the online for this one just because I'm getting it for free. And you know me, I love free things. Which is a smart move on Rockstar's point, because since the game's not going to be coming out till 2021.
Yeah.
Getting everyone hooked on online instead of what happened when the game first came out, where online was basically released later, and the base game was released first. I remember on 360 that was the case. So now that everyone already played the story, except me. And online's the big moneymaker for Rockstar. It makes so much sense that they would release online first, make it free for PlayStation Plus members, so that everyone gets on board, everyone's hooked, everyone's paying, for the stupid shark cred, whatever things, microtransactions and whatnot.
Yeah.
And the 1 million bonus cash to people who are already playing it. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
From what I remember, I mean, that's a good amount, but I haven't played it in 4 or 5 years at least, so...
Hasn't been that long for me, but I haven't I'll occasionally touch the PS4 version to like mess around in single player, and I got some nice small little playtime out of online in the Steam version.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, hopefully this bottom line, hope they boost the performance, and it's good that it's coming out right away so they can focus time on the next game after.
Exactly. This is basically just a glorified port, it seems.
Mm-hmm.
Not the best way, I would say, to open your presentation with something, but you want to get something that people can immediately grab onto. GTA 5 having something like the 1 mil campaign is a good attention grabber to be like, oh yeah, they're still supporting some PS4 stuff while going to PS5.
Yeah.
But that's all I can really say on it.
I think we're good on that. So yeah, Spider-Man Miles Morales. Never played the original, but as someone who loved the Into the Spider-Verse movie, and I've heard how great the first game was, I'm intrigued.
So holiday 2020. So it looks like it's gonna be a launch title, which is awesome.
Yeah.
The Spider-Man on PS4 was a huge hit, and having this kind of a big hitter on launch is pretty cool. I actually haven't played the PS4 Spider-Man. I need to.
Yeah.
However, I just finished platinuming Horizon Zero Dawn, and so I'm slowly going through all the Sony exclusives that I haven't finished. God of War PS4 is on there as well, that I need to get to. But with Miles Morales coming out, I'm definitely probably going to pick up the PS4 version of Spider-Man, because I'm fairly certain that that one's actually going to be backwards compatible with PS5.
Oh yeah.
So it might be cool to play that game on the newer hardware with the faster load times, just for a better experience. Kind of poor man's Miles Morales if I don't want to pay $60 when it comes out. But yeah, it looks great. I love Into the Spider-Verse as well. It's got that same sort of style, a little bit more freedom, it seems, a little bit more carefree, a little lighter.
Yeah.
As far as the original PS4 Spider-Man, from what I remember and what I remember seeing, it was a lot more realistic and grounded and kind of a little darker in some cases. And I don't know how the story's going to play out for this one, but just from what we've seen, it seems like Miles is a little bit more of that kind of young, spirited Spider-Man kind of character.
Yeah.
Which will be nice to see in this environment.
So yeah, pretty good stuff. Gran Turismo 7, the real driving simulator with some of that raceway footage we saw, you'd swear like was real life footage.
Yeah,
looks that good.
I have to say, I'm not a big race car driving fan, but from my experiences at Daytona Speedway and my dad being a big F1 fan, I have to say, as a super casual of racing stuff, it looks awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks really nice. I don't really remember the last time. I don't really pay attention to a lot of these driving games. I know Microsoft has like Forza, and I never really paid attention to it.
Yeah.
But this looks, I mean, I know some of the stuff is like, rendered and, pre-rendered in certain ways, but the cars look so cool. They look so detailed. I am questioning what that weird interface was that we saw in the second half with like the little map screen and whatnot.
The garage and stuff.
Because it might be I don't know if that's just a menu UI thing, but with the mouse cursor, it might actually be like maybe a companion site that you can go online and like on your computer and like customize things and then have it show up in the game. That's what I thought.
Maybe
that might be a thing, or it might just be a cool menu. I don't know.
Yeah, could be both.
It could be both. For the actual driving aspect of it, I kind of wish they showed maybe like some third person view instead of all just first person. But for the first person view, I mean, like you said, you can't even distinguish.
Yeah. Well, I was more so talking like the overhead views of like the cars racing before the menu we got.
Oh yeah.
Because you'd swear that was like real, not NASCAR footage, but
But real, yeah, some real racing. Definitely, I think for people who are fans of the driving games, I guess they'll have a better take on it. As far as little bitty things here and there, but from just a visual standpoint,
looks promising.
It looks really cool.
Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart.
Hi.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right, I'll let you go first.
So, not quite sure if this looks like it's in like the normal continuity and not the reboot continuity.
It looks like the art style is from the reboot, so I would assume that it is part of the reboots in continuity.
Maybe.
However, I don't know because weird things are weird.
Yeah, weird things are weird. No sign of Captain Quark or Dr. Nefarious.
Oh no, Dr. Nefarious, yes. That's who they were talking about.
Oh yeah.
They showed in part of the CGI bit of the first part. It did show it's Dr. Nefarious, and they did mention in the gameplay. So it looks like they're going up against Dr. Nefarious again.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's going to be his robotic form that we all know and love from the originals, which I'm really excited to see.
Yeah. Hopefully they bring like Lawrence back, him too.
Lawrence. What did you think about the presentation or the gameplay and everything?
The Rift idea looks very, very interesting. Like there could be like some split paths possibly.
Yeah.
Like replayability for levels, more of an arcadey feel, kinda.
Okay. I think
maybe?
that so what I saw from the first part where they're jumping through worlds, that's just a flex on the PS5. That's just a PS5 feature flex. They're just being like, yeah, we can load all these densely populated worlds with all this stuff like instantaneously, like bam, bam, bam.
Yeah.
That first section, while yes, the gameplay seemed to be a little bit on rails a bit. It was so cool watching them riding running away on this, beast, to
Yeah.
jumping onto the grind rails, to then falling through, and then all these different, sliding down a building, to then flying through the air, then in the city. It's like,
And then the
oh
actual gameplay, bringing the rifts. Like that looked like more of like say a warping mechanic.
yeah, it reminds me of Bioshock Infinite actually a lot, with tears, which
Hmm.
were used to basically, they would be littered around the battlefield, and you could open them to give you supplies and stuff from another alternate universe. Basically, was the or sometimes they give you a combat advantage, like big adding cover or something. This looks to be kind of similar, although I think it's mainly going to be movement based to
Yeah.
help you get from place to place and kind of dart around the field. That way you don't feel like you're pinned down as
Hmm.
much. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Couldn't really. I know it's a trailer, so it couldn't really, I guess, display everything. But I do hope that they like it. I couldn't tell if they were still targeting 30 frames like the reboot did, or if they're trying to bump it to 60.
I assume it'd probably be 60.
Yeah.
Um,
Again, given the new hardware, I would hope
yeah.
for, you know,
Although
greater
I didn't,
ambition with
I
that.
didn't mind the reboot at 30, to be honest, but that's just me. I'm a weirdo.
I mean, given like how like the future games were at 60,
Oh yeah, yeah. I would expect it to be 60, but
Yeah. I think Into the Nexus was the first one they targeted 30 at.
yeah, that was Into the Nexus. That was a different kind of. That was a side story, not really a full game even. But speaking of spin-offs and other things, excuse me, who is the female Lombax?
Yeah,
Excuse me, are we gonna play as her? What's going on?
maybe.
I'm very, very interested.
Cuz Clank got separated from Ratchet. Do we have like more Clank alone gameplay than before, kind of
Maybe,
like Crack in Time?
maybe. Are they? Is this how they bring in Angela from the original series? You know, that other quote unquote maybe Lombax that was in the original games.
You mean I mean spoilers for Going Commando, but the thief from 2?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Angela.
Yeah, I mean she looked different though.
Well, yeah,
Like this is
but what I'm
probably
saying,
a different
what I'm
person,
saying
but
is this
she could be
how
in the story.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Is Angela, is this new Lombax, this new female Lombax, seemingly going to be the reboot's version of Angela? Which
Maybe.
explains how Future is still canon, but the reboot also. So basically, so if we're gonna go all timey wimey wibbly wobbly conspiracy theory stuff, the thing about the Future series that kind of confused a lot of people was that somehow Ratchet was the last Lombax, but then there was Angela, and then it was like, wait, so is Angela a Lombax? Is Angela not a Lombax?
Yeah, and then Clank had his creator, even though it was made in the factory.
yeah,
You know?
and it was very, very confusing. The reboot,
Like he had parents in the original.
the
I'm pretty
reboot
sure.
though, by taking this Rift idea to different dimensions and whatnot, makes sense, because then that means you can have Angela be a Lombax from a different dimension. That way, that Ratchet is still technically the only Lombax, in air quotes, in his world, in his universe, but Angela happens to be from another universe. That way, you can have two Lombaxes without actually having to break what you could then incorporate from the future timeline, which where the other Lombaxes go and everything.
And then what's his face from Crack in Time?
Exactly. All that stuff can still be canon, sort of, or kind of tie in. So I'm really interested in what this is gonna be.
Yeah,
It's super
gameplay and
super
story
hype.
wise,
Oh,
good stuff. So Project Athea, at this point in the presentation, it's the shortest trailer yet.
I think it's just a teaser, but yeah.
Yeah, just a teaser. We get like a teeny bit of gameplay, but mostly cutscene. Looks sort of Game of Thronesy, a little bit.
You mean fantasy?
Fantasy, yeah.
Like-
Well, I don't know. There's just a dragon at the end.
Okay.
Sort of. I mean, I say this as someone who hasn't really watched Game of Thrones, but it sort of
So-
gave me that vibe.
Yeah. So Square Enix's new project. So for me, this is basically, it looks like a druid superhero game. So if you don't know what a druid is, in the fantasy archetype, they're the kind of nature magic. The magic has to do with the nature, and it seems
Yeah.
like that's what her powers are around. Like,
Mm-hmm.
she brought up those springing roots of the on the ground to encapsulate her enemies. So that's actually really cool because we've seen a lot of magic based games, with lightning and fire and weird stuff, but the more nature stuff I think is actually pretty interesting, and seeing how she kind of traverses around
Yeah.
um it might open up some really cool possibilities. The monsters from what we've seen, like, they look scary. They remind me of like something from like Dark Souls ish a little
Oh
bit.
yeah, yeah, a
They
little
kind of
bit.
have that big grand epic scale. I kind of get what you mean by Game of Thrones in that sense. uh but we would just have to see. But Square Enix, okay, I'm hooked.
Yeah.
What's going on?
So Stray. It's like
Meow.
meow.
Huh.
Cat stuck in a world full of robots. Wonder how that came to be.
Looks like, from what I can see in the trailer, it seems like the humans are gone. Cats are still around. The robots are just kind of
Chilling.
chilling. But you play as a cat. Huh.
Yeah.
Not many games where you play as a cat. I'll give you that. It looks like the cat may be like some sort of like courier. So like, I'm thinking like cat mixed with Mirror's Edge.
Yeah.
Like,
Or maybe the cat definitely main character, but maybe like serves as like a, sort of a scout for a potential main character maybe. I don't know.
I think the cat's the main character.
Yeah. Yeah, so
So
hmm.
weird. Okay.
hopefully they do something
2021.
hopefully they do something interesting with it.
Ah, yes. Meow. What what do you need in Robot Apocalypse? Cats. I mean, I do find it funny that, since Egypt times, cats have been, ever present, ever worshipped, and seems like, guess what, guys? Even when the apocalypse happens and all humans are wiped out,
They're still around.
cats are still gonna be worshipped and loved just by robots instead.
Yeah.
uh, but yeah, I mean, I guess we'll get more information, see what kind of a game it is. Didn't show us really any gameplay, but the
Nah.
concept's interesting.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. So to take a break from games for a bit, what they covered next in their show was the DualSense controller, just a
Yep.
little bit of it, plus the some features of the console itself.
Yeah. So 4K Ultra Blu-rays, which means we're gonna get just the 4K Blu-rays have been out for a while.
Yeah.
I think my roommate actually has a 4K Blu-ray player. They look good. And it seems that's where the games are gonna be heading. So I think we're gonna be dropping the Blu-ray discs in favor of these 4K Ultra Blu-rays.
Probably.
Which means more storage, better looking, stuff. I'm good with that. Um, as far as the DualSense, what do you think of the controller stuff?
Um, internal microphone's pretty cool, makes would probably make internal streaming a little more convenient. The
Hmm.
the haptic sensor, I'm intrigued to see how they'll incorporate that, how like the differences between certain materials will feel in game.
Yeah, I've heard some things. Same thing with the adaptive triggers. I've heard like they can change the tensile strength on what you're pulling. So like for instance,
Hmm.
pulling the trigger on a plastic toy gun versus drawing a bow will feel much different. Like one will be harder to push than the other, which is really cool.
Hmm.
But it's one of those things it's very hard to describe. I think you just have to kind of feel it.
Yeah, I kind of get it, but it'll be better once we have
Yeah.
a
Mo-
way to use it.
Motion control is still there. So it looks like the games that have a little bit of that motion control stuff will be good.
3D audio. Still a little confused
Oh.
about that. Like, what
So
does 3D audio really
okay, so
mean?
3D audio. So you know what surround sound is, right?
Yeah, is it like a step above that?
Yes. It's basically the concept of beyond surround sound by basically, so surround sound, what it does is it generally puts you in the audio around you. Now, the difference between 3D audio and surround sound is that generally speaking, surround sound is limited by your speakers,
Yeah.
the placement of speakers and where they are. Obviously, if you don't have speakers behind you, you can't hear anything behind you. 3D audio is the concept is basically that it adapts the location and sound of what you're hearing to your relative position. So if there's an explosion, it sounds like it's behind you, even though you don't have a speaker behind you. It's still on.
Gotcha.
So if you
Yeah.
have headphones on, it makes it sound like it's right behind you, like it would in the real world.
Mm-hmm.
So it's that kind of crazy adaptation. So I'm really excited about that because
Particularly for like horror stuff, to
no,
jump
no.
the gun.
I mean, you mentioned that. No.
There's
That just
something
makes me
later
even more
that
scared.
there's something later that makes me,
No. But horror games are gonna be infinitely more scary. But I think for immersion, like how weird it would be to hear people shouting in the back, like behind you or something, and you think it's somebody in your kitchen, and you turn and no one's there. but as you turn,
it gets louder.
like it depends. Like I don't. It depends on how sophisticated 3D audio is. But if for some reason, an idea of how this can be expanded upon. So like think like VR. So VR, your headphones are attached to the headset, right? So if you were in a game and you heard somebody yelling in your kitchen and you turn to see what the hell is that, because you think it's something outside in the real world, but it's actually the game. And as you turn around, you can see them, and it gets louder because you're now facing that direction. Like that's the thing about 3D audio is that it can change on the fly with your character's orientation. So in a game, if you're moving away from gunfire, it'll get quieter and quieter and quieter, but you can still tell what direction it's coming from.
Of course.
If you and I wonder how they're going to calibrate it. Are they going to calibrate it to your camera, or are they going to calibrate it to your character? Because if they calibrate it to the camera, that means that if you are running away and your back is to the enemy, you'll hear the bullets whizzing by behind you. Whereas if you have the camera in front and you're running away, your character's facing you, but the bullets will still feel like they're coming from in front of you. So I don't know how they're going to do that, but
yeah. Plus,
it's really cool.
Plus, I'm sure this is only for PS5 games, like, because we obviously we have backwards compatibility, but could it be applied to those too?
So that's an interesting thing. So if games are being enhanced for PS5, I could see them playing 3D audio. The thing about 3D audio, though,
On a game by game basis, obviously.
well, no,
Oh.
it's not. 3D audio isn't part of games. It's part of the system. The 3D audio system it's actually in the PS5 unit, so it could theoretically make anything you put in it 3D audio, depending on if it's compatible. So that's where, on a technical level, I'm not really as well versed. But if that's the case, that means that any third-party game that you play, the audio will be just automatically better on PS5 with the 3D audio feature, because Xbox just doesn't have that, because it's not it literally does not have the hardware for it. So this is a hardware exclusive feature for PS5, and I think it's going to be a game changer. Definitely for first parties that take advantage of it, but even maybe third parties too.
Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see.
Anyway,
Returnal. It's got a cool name, first off.
yeah, I get you get the pun. Return,
Yeah.
Eternal, haha, Returnal.
Yeah.
Well,
It looks like a cross between, something more story-driven and action-based, and possibly like a roguelike, like sort of randomly generated, maybe?
yeah, I was getting that too. I feel like it's like it has that roguelike elements, but it's a third-person shooter, but it looks like more like a third-person bullet hell shooter, like something you'd see in a twin-stick shooter with bullets flying
Yeah.
everywhere. It has that kind of frenetism like a roguelike would have, like a rogue dungeon crawler usually does.
Mm-hmm.
But instead of it being top-down, it's actually like third-person. And it gives me, it's definitely reminds me of Edge of Tomorrow,
Mm-hmm.
the movie.
Yeah, and Groundhog Day, those are...
Yeah,
the obvious
live, die,
connections.
repeat, live, die, repeat. But what do you think of our protagonist? This is
there's obviously like more than meets the eye, you know.
Like literally. In her case, she has two different eye colors, um, which I think is gonna play into the story. But a middle-aged woman as
Yeah.
their protect. That's, huh? I like. I wasn't expecting that. Like usually, you have your the joke of the gruff middle-aged white guy with the short haircut. That
Yeah.
looks dirty. Like it's like a FPS like flagship character design. But I I am actually really I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
We're getting some variety.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And it's like, can't wait to learn more about her. Does she have like a family, or
well,
did she have a
that's
family?
the thing. It seems like this planet or whatever, these aliens, like, one, they look like eldritch abominations sometimes, like
Yeah.
reminds me of like some Dark Souls, like creepy looking shit.
And she said that it's manipulating her memories.
Yeah, it's starting to like, I think what's happening is that well, I can't. I mean, this is a theory, I guess, but the way she makes it sounds like the planet somehow is learning more about her, just as you learn as a player through her about more about the planet. Planet learns more about her, and
So it adapts to fuck with
it
her.
starts to adapt. Exactly, it starts putting in landscapes she knows and remembers to fuck with her memory and be like, wait, this is my childhood home. Why is it here on this planet? Why is it on fire? What's going on? I'm very confused. Kind of
Yeah.
fuck with her. But okay,
Yeah.
I
Can't wait to learn more.
yeah, I think it's kind of cool. I don't know about the gameplay yet, because those kind of twin stick shooters, it lives and dies by the gameplay. Those type of games, so we'll see. But it looks cool.
Yeah.
I think it's cool. Yeah.
And it said 2021, right?
I don't think it did have a release date, but maybe.
Hmm.
We'll find out more obviously later on.
Indeed. Sackboy: A Big Adventure.
Oh, you mean Sackboy 3D World?
That's what I was thinking. Looks right up my alley.
Yeah,
great.
4-player co-op.
Yeah.
I mean, that looks fun. Little 3D platformer in PS5. I like it.
Yeah.
I don't know about the Little Big Planet content creation. I don't think that's a focus. I think this is more like an actual like standalone kind of story game. That's
Yeah.
it. So, huh?
And it looks like, the more puzzly aspects of the series translate pretty well to 3D. I mean, we'll have to find out, obviously, but
Yeah, and
looks promising.
yeah, it looks fun. I like it.
Yeah.
Not much to say. I mean, it's just,
Do a co-op stream playthrough in the future.
oh yeah, maybe. Yeah, sure.
I mean, just jumping the gun a bit, I won't be getting the system at launch, most likely.
I will.
We'll see, though. Things could change.
Pre-order. Now.
Destruction All-Stars looks like Rocket League and Twisted Metal kind of had a baby,
I was gonna say Twisted Metal and Fortnite.
Oh yeah, Fortnite too.
like it's like a much more cartoony, goofy version of Twisted Metal.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Yeah, I mean it's very different from what we've seen so far, but looks like something I could at least try out and have a good time with. It looks like once your car is gone, you can like run around and stuff.
Yeah, you run
Which
around.
is pretty cool.
It looks super goofy, and it looks like you have a little bit more movement options when you're walking on the ground, so you don't just get pancaked by people.
Yeah, you can like do wall jumps and stuff.
Yeah, so I think that if they design the arenas well, I think it'll be cool, because then that means people in the cars will be driving around trying not to run into obstacles or other people, while people running around are going to be climbing up walls and parkouring across the arena to get to a new car and fighting each other.
Yeah.
So it's going to be it depends on how many players they dump in there, but they dump in a crap ton. Like, I could see it being just total madness and so much fun.
Yeah, Mario Kart battle mode on steroids.
Yeah, really. Destruction All-Stars though. Okay. All right.
Looks good. Kena Bridge of Spirits.
That looked good.
Yeah.
I mean, that animation
Sort of Pikmin-y.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like a combination of like weirdly enough, like Star Fox Adventure and Pikmin.
Star Fox Adventure, yeah,
Yeah, because it's
kinda.
got that like Legend of Zelda, but like with a little bit more magical and Pikmin. Yeah, it is kind of like that. But the art style, it's look like something out of Pixar. I mean, it
Yeah,
looks so good. I mean, jeez. And the combat looks cool. Like how you were able to like split the arrow that you shot into like a bunch of homing shots that hit a bunch of enemies. Like that was
yeah.
really cool. It bounced off like that.
Mhm.
Um, and it looks like the goal is like to like kind of okami this place and like cleanse the world and like like bring all the life back to it while also gathering a army of these little fuzzballs.
Yeah. Like I'm intrigued to see how they'll come into gameplay beyond like, guiding them to stuff. They'll probably like solve some puzzles for you,
Yeah, probably.
be a little army during fights.
Yeah. Oh, but it looks so good.
Yeah.
I like it. I'm liking this. I'm liking this so far. Um, yeah, it looks like the I want to say mascot platformers, but the mascot games these new IPs are having some really distinct style and variation to them. So I think that this next gen is gonna have some real gems.
Yeah. It's gonna be a pretty fantastic launch, hopefully.
Yeah.
Goodbye Volcano High. No real clue on like we have some clue about a story, but no real clue on like what kind of game it is. Maybe like a, sort of maybe something like Persona, like life sim contrasted with like other, you know, RPG
I'm
stuff
gonna
maybe. Text.
disagree. This gives me very much like I think it's Nine in the Woods vibe. It's part of that it's part of this like resurgence of these indie games dealing with this like teen anxiety,
Yeah.
teen like these teen angst kind of games I think was it Oxenfree was another one where it was the game where it was like kind of basically like a walking sim with a bunch of dialogue choices and stuff. I think Nine in the Woods
Mhm.
was another one like that, where you have these kind of animal characters. Nine in the Woods specifically, you have these animal characters that have these dialogue heavy
Yeah.
experiences, kind of closer to like what you'd see like in a point and click.
Mhm.
So the
That
game,
that's kind of the vibe I'm getting.
yeah, and that's kind of what I'm getting from this too. Except Dino's in high school, which I it's so funny because it sounds like super cliche, but I don't think we've had that actually. Like dinosaurs in high school. We've
Yeah.
had or at least not any that I particularly remember from the pop culture, landscape. We've had animal high schools. We've had a lot of shows on that kind of stuff, and huh, I kind of like that because it gives it kind of separates it from a lot of the you know more the animal the usual animal character designs that people are used to.
Yeah.
It gives them a little bit more angular designs, which are a little bit more striking.
Mhm.
As far as the story goes, it looks like it's going to be, like I said, the teen heavy angst legacy continues with these games. I think it's pretty niche. I think it's going to be one of those games that certain people are going to gravitate to much more than others.
Yeah.
It's not a launch title. It's coming in 2021, but
But we'll
it
see.
but I'm glad they gave it a focus at least so that people
Yeah.
kind of know, hey, this isn't all just about the big boom explosiony action games and stuff. There's some
Yeah.
slower stuff.
It's got a unique art style, and
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
yeah.
We shall see. So yeah, Oddworld Soulstorm. As someone who didn't really play, the only Oddworld games I played are the demos of Abe's Odyssey and Munch's Odyssey, and I've also played a bit of Stranger's Wrath.
Hmm.
Completely different game,
Yeah.
more action adventure 3D, but Soulstorm looks like an evolution of the old style combined with probably some of the New and Tasty remake.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say that it's very much like the older games, um, and that kind of dark humor that it has. I think that the story, the actual it's funny because the story seems a lot more serious and dark, and
Yeah.
then the slaughtering all these people, like It's pretty funny to see him get
Yeah.
smacked with a giant hammer, but
And it's like a Dark Lemmings.
it is a
kinda.
very well, yeah. Oddworld is pretty much a Dark Lemmings when it comes down to it. But it's funny um, because of the graphical capabilities of the PS5, it looks so real. It like looks so much better,
Yeah.
and so it looks even more horrifying.
Yeah.
which for some people is going to be like, oh, why would you slaughter these innocents? But then other people are like, but guts went. You know, it depends on how sick of a person you are.
Yeah.
Whether you get whether it's comedic or not. But hey, new Oddworld. That's that's
Mhm.
nice to see. You know, some of these franchises getting some more support and love.
Yeah. And they're keeping a dark tone up because the holy shit.
But we'll see. More when it comes out. I probably won't pick it up just because I have New and Tasty and I haven't even played it
Yeah.
really. So I really need to play some of the older games.
Same here.
Because I hate the one thing that I hate is managing things where I have to be perfect. I want to save every single one because I have to get that gold, triple gold rating, whatever stars, everything. I always have to do those levels kind of things perfectly. That's why I've stayed away from the franchise. That's why I stay away from Lemmings. Is because
Because even the demo of Abe's Odyssey was really hard.
exactly, and I'm a perfectionist, and I'll spend way too much time trying to be a perfectionist. But yeah, that was Oddworld Soulstorm.
Yeah.
Fucking cool name though. Like
Yeah.
Soulstorm. For freaking Oddworld.
Yeah. Again, yeah, I probably won't play it like right when it comes out on account of me not owning the system, but when I get to it in the series, in context of that, I hope to have a good time. So Ghostwire Tokyo got Shinji Mikami on it, should be a good sign.
Alright, so you know me and horror games don't mix well.
That
Right.
looked less like it looked
But-
very fast paced.
Here's the thing. Normally horror elements scare the shit out of me. Except when you let me do freaking superpower magic ninjutsu art and beat the crap out of ghosts. Let's go.
Yeah.
I mean, if this was a running away kind of horror game, no, not playing it. Nope. But going around beating the shit out of the supernatural sounds really fun,
Yeah.
and it's unique art style. It's kind of eerie still, so it's still it's still got that spook, but it doesn't ever feel like it's like true horror, which I like. I don't know about you.
I mean, it's as I like very different very different aesthetics. But as I've probably let people on the channel know, and
Mm-hmm.
I love stuff like Resident Evil 4 that blends action and horror.
Yeah.
This is very different aesthetically. I got more of an actiony vibe than horror vibe, but still looks very fun.
I'm
and-
okay with it. I'm okay
Yeah.
with it. Because give me a
Yeah, if it-
martial arts game but fighting ghosts.
Can't wait to try it out.
Yeah, I'll definitely check this out. 2021 though. But okay,
Yeah.
fine. All right.
Hopefully soon in 2021.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
can at least play it at like GameStop demo kiosks.
Kiosk, yeah, exactly.
Jet the Far Shore.
Launch title.
Yeah. Not really. Don't really know what to make of it.
Poor Man's Sky. Instead of No Man's Sky, it's
Yeah.
Poor Man's Sky. Yeah, it looks a lot more minimalistic. It doesn't really
Doesn't grab me like the
grab-
others do.
Yeah, it really doesn't grab me. I know it's probably a slower burn game. Maybe not like FTL, like kind of like tactical kind of thing. I think it's just more of a. It reminds me of like Flower and Journey and that kind of like more chill,
Yeah.
relaxed tone. So I'm gonna have to see more though. I'm not really impressed by it.
No. Again, maybe it has some like really technically impressive stuff, but that trailer didn't give us much of it.
Yeah.
Godfall.
So the music is a good song. Didn't fit the trailer.
Not so much, yeah.
It tried to make it seem a little bit more lighthearted, where this seems the game looks more like it's supposed to be kind of like League of Legends meets
Dark Souls? No,
oh,
no,
like
not Dark Souls.
maybe not Dark Souls, but like League of Legends meets Borderlands, because it's
Yeah,
apparently a looter slasher by Gearbox, which is weird.
yeah,
Looter slasher, we haven't seen much of those, so it's got some, but the combat reminds me of something like DMC, where
yeah.
it's
I was even gonna say with like him throwing the blue swords, Virgil would like to know your location.
yeah, exactly. And so I don't know if it's co-op. It might be actually co-op. It looks to me like I don't really know if they're supposed to be classes or if it's just like fully like Borderlands where you can just use any weapon.
Yeah.
If that's the case, that'd be pretty dope to have all these little different kind of take like the Destiny approach where you have all these different weapon types, so each weapon type works a certain way, you have certain combos,
Mm-hmm.
and then the legendary or like higher tier geared like in Borderlands does like some special effect besides it. I think
Yeah.
that's what the god armor is supposed to do, like
Mhm.
does the spectral swords and other things. Like that seems kind of dope.
Yeah.
It's just the trailer was just not a good trailer.
No.
But the game looks really fun. And it's holiday 2020, so that means it's going to be a launch title.
Indeed.
So I'll probably pick this up, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of Gearbox's games, generally speaking, and
You'll have to let me know how it is.
yeah, I like the slashy. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's sparkly.
Solar Ash. Another one I was expecting to be a little longer, but was pretty short.
Yeah, it was it's an indie game.
Yeah.
Have you played Hyper Light Drifter?
Nope.
I think I have it. I'll have to check after this, but I'm probably gonna go back and check it out if I do have Hyper Light Drifter, because this is interesting. It kind of reminds me of like
Dimensional skating. That looked pretty cool.
yeah, it's got like that Jet Set Radio skating. It reminds me of like games like Bound and Gravity Rush.
Hmm.
Kind of like those type of games where it's this like, kind of artsy platformer exploratory thing.
That's what it looks like.
It's cool.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah.
I get teeny bits of like Limbo vibes too.
Yeah, yeah. We'll see. We'll see when it shows up. The art style looks cool though.
Yeah.
But we'll just have to wait for more details on this one.
Right. Hitman 3.
So so January 2021. So I kind of totally forgot that if these consoles are launching in 2020, then that means that 2021 is the first year of games. So I've been sitting here going, man, 2021, that's gonna be so far away. It's not far away,
No.
like at all. But Hitman 3, huh? I play a little bit of Hitman on PS4. I don't know. What's your experience with the franchise?
I saw one of the ones on, I think it was 360 be played like a few years ago, and I actually own Hitman 2, the original, on both PS2 and original Xbox.
Okay.
So, I haven't played either of them, but
It looks like this is the finale to the trilogy. And yeah, I think that it looks kind of cool. It's Hitman.
Yeah.
It's Hitman. Not much to say there, actually.
yeah, can't really comment much since I haven't played the series, but
Yeah.
looks interesting.
Yeah.
Astro's Playroom.
Well, if Nintendo's not gonna make another Super Mario Sunshine, I guess PlayStation will.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry, tropical setting, little water jetpack thing. Come on.
Yeah. Kind of obvious.
But what do you think?
Haven't those robots been in another thing?
Yes, they're in the Astrobot franchise. You probably know them from Astrobot's Playroom, which was on the PS4 with the controller, and also they had, I think, the VR Playroom.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks pretty fun. I thought it was like because of how they were shaped, I thought it was like an extension of the Sackboy thing earlier at first.
Yeah. But no, that they're
Or like
their
a
own
DLC
thing.
thing.
I hope it's freeware. Like it's free on launch, and they use it to kind of like show off the the PS5, kind of like how PLAYROOM was
Yeah.
on PS4. That would be preferable. I don't think that's what they'll do, but who knows?
They might at least launch it pretty cheap,
Yeah,
like 15 or 20.
yeah, it'll probably be a pretty cheap one, but it looks nice.
Yeah. Little devil inside.
Hmm.
I like the art style
I know.
and the little parallels between the two guys in the trailer.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out if they're the same guy, like one's the older version of the same guy, or maybe they just, I don't remember. I don't know how they're related, but it
Yeah.
reminds me of like indie Monster Hunter kind of. Like you're going
Yeah.
out and exploring and slaying all these beasts and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but like miniature, like little minis. I
Yeah.
like it though. It's cool.
And like the framing of stuff and sort of like the cuts in that trailer sort of reminded me. It gave me sort of like a Wes Anderson-y vibe.
Yes, I was going to say that too. It's very much shot like a Wes Anderson kind of thing, and if the game is like that too, I think I'll like it. It seemed like there was in one of those gameplay segments, it looked like the camera was fixed in like this like down corner perspective, which you don't really see a lot.
Yeah.
So I wonder how they're gonna do that stuff, but it looks fun.
Yeah. Definitely like the style.
Yeah.
NBA 2K21. It's a thing that exists.
That's sweat though.
That's sweat though.
Sweaty dude is sweaty. Yeah, it's a sports game.
Yeah.
Not much to say.
Yeah. This is
Moving
probably
on.
the shortest timestamp in the video.
Yeah, really.
Bug snacks. I heard it as bug snakes at first.
Bug snacks. They're bugs and they are snacks.
Yeah.
How hard is that to understand?
But now I do, but looks very charming.
I love it. It's made by the guys who did Octodad,
Yep.
and it looks goofy. Like, really goofy, and I like it.
Yeah. Looks like you play as some of the bug snacks.
Yeah, it looks like it. It's weird. I don't know what the snack monstrosity is. That was at the end of that trailer.
Yeah. Maybe they're looking to rebel.
I don't know. I'm really concerned though about the how you eat them and then you just boom, part of your body is now a part of the snack.
Yeah.
I'm very concerned that this is going to take a lot darker turn. Is this going to be like Naughty Bear, where it looks all nice and innocent, and then you start murdering people?
Maybe. I don't know.
If it is, that's even funnier. Like,
Because it showed you playing as like the people and the snacks, so
I think so. Like yeah, it seems like some of the time it's this you're playing as the bugs, and then maybe you're playing like as like the kind of like God Hand kind of thing where you're feeding other people. I don't know. We'll see. Holiday 2020, which means it'll probably be a launch title. I will definitely buy it.
Yeah.
Cause I'm dumb and I think bug snacks. It's so catchy. It's such a catchy little song.
Yeah.
They're really good at making those catchy songs. Octodad.
Yeah.
Nobody suspects a thing. It's like,
I still need to play Octodad.
yes, you do.
It's on PS4, isn't it?
Yep.
I need it. Yeah, I'll get on that.
All right. Well, now we know what you're doing after this.
Funny. I was thinking Dark Souls, and then they brought Demon Souls into the title at the end.
Demon Souls remake. What?
Yeah, the one that started the whole Dark Souls thing.
The one that no one really cares about because Dark Souls took all the thing that everyone compares to nowadays. But yeah, we getting the OG back.
Yeah.
And I hear it's the hardest one actually. It's the most unforgiving. So I'm curious as to if they're gonna make it easier or not, or make it harder.
Make it harder. Maybe rebalance some things while still keeping up the challenge.
Maybe.
Yep.
Looks dope.
Yeah. That's all
I'm
we can
probably
say.
not gonna finish it.
No, I believe in you.
No, I suck at these games. I can count. I think I'm trying to remember where I left off in the original Dark Souls. Second, maybe third bonfire. I didn't get very far. Same on Bloodborne.
I have the original Dark Souls on PS3. Still need to play it.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, looks dope. That's all I can say. Deathloop.
Oh, so the boys at Bethesda that worked on Dishonored have been busy. It's very Dishonored vibes
Hmm.
with this game, as far as like the powers and teleporting and moving things and whatnot. What do you think?
I've never played Dishonored, so I didn't get those sorts of vibes, but I liked the sort of movie trailer-ish vibe they were going
Yeah, that
for.
was pretty good. What do you think about the gameplay?
Um, sort of like, um, because it's the second game we've seen with like a sort of time loop in the
Mm-hmm.
presentation. I'm wondering about regarding the rival assassins thing, if there's going to be like a multiplayer mode related to that.
Ah, okay. See, yeah, this is so what? So I know a little bit about this game. From what I recall, it is asymmetric, and there is somebody who plays the other assassin. It's another player, and if that's the case, fuck this game. like I'm just gonna say that right now. If Deathloop is a multiplayer game where you have somebody playing as the rival assassin and you as the other person, that's gonna fucking suck. Because that means you have to fight an entire island full of people and another player. Like, sure, you
Hmm.
like the powers will probably be exclusive to the guy.
Yeah.
So, but it looks like the girl can also take a lot of damage. So I feel like the odds are way stacked in the other guy's favor. And considering this is a live die repeat kind of game, I don't see how that would work in a multiplayer standpoint by the because if you die, does the round reset? If the round resets, then how do you know who wins? Or is it whoever dies wins, or whoever kills the other first wins? In which case, the the sniper has a huge advantage because they have the entire island to whittle somebody down and then just pick them off, and then they win the match. So like how they're gonna balance that, I don't know.
Maybe it's whoever gets more targets.
No, because
Huh.
they're the person who's the sniper. They only have one target. That person, the other player.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. The other player has to kill 8 people and avoid, like in the horror. Okay, so like I hate to rant, but games like Dead by Daylight,
Hmm.
Death by Daylight, Dead by Daylight, whatever, and the Friday the 13th game. Those are asymmetric games where the party of 4 or 5 people are being hunted by one individual, one or
Yeah.
two individuals, and tries to murder everyone. Right?
Hmm.
That game, you have objectives that are spread across the map so that the party has to move around it, and there's only one killer. So even though there's not, you have to kind of sneak around it, it's balanced in a way that if the killer finds you, you gotta get away faster, you're fucked. This is, if it was 5 killers versus one survivor, it's like, it's so stacked against the one that I don't know how this would work.
Yeah.
That's
It's probably single player. That was just a guess on my
No,
part.
no, I believe it is multiplayer.
Hmm.
The What I didn't know was the other 8 people. I thought it was just a 1v1 game, but if it's this, if the 8 targets is part of the single player mode, and the sniper is not in the map, like if the sniper is being controlled by a computer, saying it's more balanced,
Yeah.
I could see that being more like a 9v1, and you keep dying until you figure out how to win. That would be fine. But if it's multiplayer, I'm gonna pass on the game instantly because that just seems like it's broken balance wise.
All right. I'd still probably give it a shot. I mean, because I like the stylings of
Oh
it.
yeah, the style looks great, the gameplay looks good, and the mechanics. I just think that the balance is gonna kill it on arrival, like Evolve did, where
Hmm.
it was a neat idea, but the balance just destroyed the game.
Yeah. We'll see
We'll
though.
see. Yeah.
Resident Evil 8 Village or just Resident Evil Village. Looks like they're continuing in the horror-y direction they brought back with 7. And they actually brought Chris back too. Doesn't sound like Roger Craig Smith is voicing him this time.
I have no idea, but it looks like it's more actiony.
Kind of. I actually heard my roommate Andrew describe it as sort of a hybrid of 4 and 7.
Yeah, that's what I've heard as well. Nope. Not playing it. Nope. No.
It's something I'll definitely be checking out once I have a PS5.
Yep, by yourself. Nah, I ain't going anywhere near that shit. Just like I didn't go anywhere near 7, 8, going anywhere near 8. Nope. Mm-mm.
It looks really cool all the same. Like it's good. It's great to see that leap in graphics.
I saw Creepy Village. Last time I saw Creepy Village was in Resident Evil 4, and that demo disc. Nuh-uh. I do not want to get chainsawed to death. That's not how I want to go out. Creepy Witch Lady. No thanks. I saw a mansion. Reminiscent of Resident Evil 1. Nope. Nuh-uh. Not going anywhere near any of that shit. Nope.
And
Werewolves.
then,
Nope.
yeah, wolf zombie guy towards the end there.
Nope. Nuh-uh. Nope. I don't want none of that. Umbrella is somehow involved. I don't even care. I don't know what's going on. I don't know.
Neither do I, but I'm interested.
I'm
like,
gonna sit this
why
one
did
out.
Chris kill that person?
I mean,
Also,
this
who's
is-
our guy?
this is post 6, Chris.
Yeah.
The man who punches boulders.
Well, he punches boulders in 5. He's
Yeah, I know.
sort of a war guy in 6.
But that's what I'm saying. You don't question Chris. You don't question the god of this world.
Yeah.
It's probably so that they didn't come back as whatever creepy thing is. So you just went. Pew, 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 pew.
Yeah. See, he didn't come back as like a Crimson Head. Those are only in like remake 1 though, as far as I'm aware. But maybe they're back.
No, I swear. No. No. I'm feeling more like 5, where you kill them and then their head splits open, and then you're like, "Fuck, nope."
They do that in 4 too.
Yeah, no. Mm-mm. Yeah, no. Yeah, if I was Chris, I'd just download the whole clip too. Yeah, I'd just be like, no. No.
Yeah. Can't
Big-
wait.
Big nope from me.
Pragmata or Pragmata?
Pragmata.
Pragmata.
Yeah, Pragmata. That look cool.
Yeah. Like weird satellite gravity switching stuff.
Gives me like what is it? Space Uncharted vibes for some reason.
Space Uncharted.
I don't know. I just feel like it feels like an Uncharted like action adventure game in space
Kinda.
with Mr. Spaceman
Yeah.
and Cyborg Girl.
And cat that you can see its bone structure.
Weird projection
Like
cat.
yeah. Looks like maybe like a robot cat.
I think it's
I don't
just
know.
a projection.
Yeah.
But satellite smashing through the sky, that's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Okay. All right then.
It's also the furthest away from release.
I think it's 2022, but I think it was mentioned by or somebody who's involved with it was the guy who created Dead Space, which
Interesting.
makes me worried that it's gonna be more scary. I don't want to be scary. I just want a cool action adventure game. Please, give me Space Uncharted, please.
It can be cool and scary.
No, have you seen Dead Space?
A little bit of it, yeah.
That game's fucking terrifying. I mean, Dead Space 3 got panned because it was too actiony, but because it was like Resident Evil 6 actiony.
Oof.
Yeah, apparently. But I prefer action over scary any day of the
Yeah.
week. Because if it's Dead Space, then I'm just gonna be like, the whole time.
We shall see.
Yeah.
Horizon Forbidden West.
Hype!
As someone who hasn't even played the original, that looked really good.
You should play the first one now,
I should.
while you wait for the second one to come out. Just saying. I just completed the first one, and ooh, I am excited. Oh, it looks so good. It looks
does.
beautiful. The landscapes look amazing. The story is continuing from the cliffhanger, some cliffhanger post-credit stuff in the first game. So I'm excited about that. Diving back in, by the time it comes out, I'll be probably done with the DLC, and I'll be able to come back to the game and the game's world, and I'm ready. New enemies. It looks like some new stuff going on. I can't really say much because I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah,
so
but it looks fantastic.
It does. I'm really excited about it.
Yeah. Same here. So overall thoughts?
And the console.
Yep.
Ooh, that console looked futuristic.
It did.
I love it.
um, the main model with like the disk drive, is a little less, symmetrical than the digital version,
yeah.
but maybe it'll probably look more like better in person.
Yeah, and I like how the center of the console has a V for PlayStation 5.
I didn't really notice
Yeah,
that.
that's where it's angled like that, so
Yeah?
it has a V with the lighting. So
Nice.
that's pretty dope. It's been confirmed that it does have a vertical and it can be held horizontal as well,
Mm-hmm.
which is nice to know. Um, it looks way better than the fridge Xbox Series X. Uh, whereas that feels like I mean I know we're supposed to be talking about PlayStation 5, but like Xbox Series X feels like the Xbox One X, like like the PS4 Pro. It feels like it's a better version of the last gen console, whereas PlayStation 5 looks and feels like it's
Something
a
new.
new console. It's new, and that's the big takeaway I
Yeah.
say from this.
And like seeing that, reel at the end, makes me sort of, consider getting it earlier on and maybe like not waiting as long,
Pre-order,
Well,
pre-order.
here's the thing. While we were taking our break,
Oh, no.
not only did I find stuff about should I already forgot the name?
Deathloop.
Deathloop, yes. Yeah, some of them are tough to keep track of the names, but
Yeah.
I saw a notification from Twitter.
Uh-huh.
There within this presentation there was no real mention of price. However, it's up for pre-order on PlayAsia at
Oh, no.
$699.99.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That
I
seems.
think that's the normal model.
I think that's that must. Oh yeah, I've heard of that, but that might be the 2 terabyte version. There's multiple versions as far as size goes.
Yeah.
I've heard.
'Cause I
That
think
might be the higher end one.
the base one, I think, because I saw the stats when I was reading about it.
Mhm.
865 gig, the solid state drive.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna do.
Or 885 maybe.
Some-
800 something.
Something like that. So Forbes has estimated that it's going to be 450, which is kind of a low ball. So between 450 and 700, that seems like a big difference. So
Yeah.
either Forbes is really off their rocker, or it's probably gonna be like 500, 550 is what I'm
Somewhere
thinking.
around there. And don't forget, this is the first model. They're most likely gonna have like a Slim and Pro later down the line.
Yeah,
too.
well, of course they're gonna have a Slim Pro, but that's like 4 years from now. I want it now. I'm gonna buy it no matter what, pretty much. So I'm kind of already sold on it, but I'm thinking it's gonna be around $500 because it doesn't. If you put it at 600, 700, I think people aren't gonna buy it because it's a little.
Because
too
that brings
pricey.
back memories of like the PS3.
Well, that's why I think it's gonna shoot for the original PS3's price launch at $500 to that 500 550 range, maybe 600, but
Mm-hmm. But I do know when I get it, it will be the disc version.
oh
You
yeah,
know.
definitely this version over digital. Now the question is, what does it come with? Is also a big thing. If it comes with, obviously it's gonna
Just come with the
controller,
stand.
and it's gonna come with the stand, obviously. But if it the accessories are what I'm curious about what they're gonna be priced at because I'm not usually one of those people who like shells out for accessories. However, with the PS5 and the 3D audio thing, I'm gonna buy some headphones or something that's built for PS5's 3D audio so I can get the most out of that.
Yeah, and it's gonna. I read it's gonna support like external storage and stuff
Yeah,
too, so you don't have to worry
exactly.
about
Which is
that.
great. I can just transfer it over from my PS4. Done. Woohoo.
Yeah.
Easy stuff. Yeah. Overall, the event was clean.
Yeah.
It was quick to the point with little transitions in between to
Yep.
separate the games out.
Even if some trailers were a little shorter than what we were expecting, you know. It was only like a couple of them that were really like that.
Yeah, but there were a lot of games. That's what's funny. You're having
Yeah.
trouble remembering names. It's because there's so many
Mm-hmm.
that look good and like or interesting, and you want to know more about them. It's just like, ooh boy. My notable takeaways, of course, from the first party are gonna be Horizon 2, Ratchet and Clank. Those are the two I'm like most excited about from the big AAA developers.
Yeah. And then the multi-platform stuff like Resi 8, I'm definitely gonna check out.
Yeah.
Um, Probably GTA 5 when it comes out, just
Yeah, I
because, you
might.
know.
I'll check out the online because they'll be free for me. I might look into Demon Souls.
That too,
Looks
yep.
so cool, and I just
Little Big or Sackboy,
Sackboy. Oh yeah, Sackboy's gonna be fun.
Bug Snacks.
Bug snacks. There's so many. It's so varied. That's what I
Yeah.
like. It's a nice sampler platter, and they're gonna be giving us more information in July, I hear. So
Mm-hmm.
we got more to look forward to.
Might get like maybe a Crash Bandicoot announcement.
That's what's been rumored actually is that Crash Bandicoot, maybe God of War, probably
People were really wanting Ape Escape too.
maybe
I
yeah,
noticed.
maybe Skip. We'll just have to see. But for this thing overall, what would you give it
Solid, like
rating?
solid, like I'd give it like a 9 out of 10 probably.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna give it a 9 out of 10. There wasn't. Horizon was close, and of course, Ratchet and Clank blew me away. It's kind of different for me because I saw it. This is the second time watching it. When I first watched it, Ratchet and Clank blew my mind. I was so excited for that. That I want to put it higher, but I think I'm gonna keep it at a 9 out of 10 because they just needed maybe one more, um, like really big shocker, which I think they're saving for next time.
Yeah.
Or maybe if they
And the true
reveal,
release date as well.
yeah, a release date and it was needed, maybe a
Price.
price, but I'm okay with them not releasing a price yet and kind of playing it by ear. That's probably a smart move.
Yeah.
But both consoles launched at the end of this year, so
Yeah.
somebody's got to drop a price.
Sooner we know, the better.
Yeah. But yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah. About the same here. Again, looking forward to what else they spill about it.
Mhm.
It's a good conference.
Yeah.
And as for this will probably go up in like this weekend. I'm hoping for because this is being recorded the day after the presentation.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be a pretty quick edit. I can put in some trailer footage over the stuff we talk about.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Good
And look
stuff.
forward to more demo disc videos as well.
Woo!
And the Spyro Enter the Dragonfly LP on Austin's channel.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Yeah, that's an adventure. Looking at we're at part 13 now. We're probably looking at, because we have 20 Dragonflies left, we're probably looking at 2 or 3 more parts.
Yeah, maybe 15 parts. No, we got a lot more Dragonflies. We got a couple levels left.
Yeah,
So
but
probably-
it's like 10 per level. So
Yeah, it's probably about. Yeah. We'll see.
yeah. Catch y'all later.